All right, the last thing I want to show you that might be helpful is with these hinges here. Each hinge is adjustable in 6 directions. So you'll find that, this screw right here, that is the screw that, obviously holds the hinge to the frame. If you need to move the door up and down, you just have to loosen those a little bit. Shift the door up and tighten it back up again. That one's really self-explanatory. This one here on the front, this screw goes left to right, so that moves the whole door left and right. So on a double door cabinet, if there's a big gap between the two doors when they're closed, or if they're actually, the doors are so close to each other that they touch each other, then you just have to move this guy left to right. This screw here in the back, this actually moves the whole hinge mechanism off the frame. So if I push on this, you'll see it moves the frame mechanism, or the hinge mechanism rather, inside and outside this way a little bit. So if you have, when the door's closed, if the door is, let's say it's not touching up here and it is touching at the bottom, then maybe I can adjust this top hinge and bring it in, or I can take the bottom hinge and pull it out. That way it'll correct these. We kind of go for proper visual alignment. So if it's a double door cabinet and there's two doors and they both are basically lined up with each other in terms of height and as far as depth, then that's cool. They don't necessarily have to touch the frame. We just try to get them to line up. But that in and out adjustment is something that that you'll use sort of in the beginning, but you won't use frequently. This is something that maybe when the seasons change and humidity changes, you might have to end up moving this guy inside or outside to get the doors a little closer to each other or a little further apart. So that's it for hinge adjustments. Actually, one more thing. So on these hinges, these soft closing hinges, you see this little light gray button right there. That actually turns this piston on and off. So if you have a little tiny cabinet door and it has 2 or 3 hinges on it and it takes forever to close, you can actually deactivate that piston by just turning this thing in the other direction, and you close the door. The first time you close it, it'll close normally, and then I'll just make sure it's closed all the way, and then when you open it back up, it's now deactivated that piston. So if it's like a 9-inch wide door or a 12-inch wide door that has 3 hinges, if you deactivate 1 or 2 of those pistons, it won't take all day long to close. So anyway, that's it for hinges.